Hey, boys and girls, we are doing our first official, I wouldn't call it a podcast, more like a show. If you remember, we did a little right after the draft. Ronnie Pacheco was driving to the airport, and we were like, let's just record this. We put it on live, and like 300 people watched it. So guess what? Welcome to the first ever 10-2 show with Doug Cohen. I'm your host, and of course, Ronnie Pacheco.
What's up, boys?
Car driver extraordinaire. And in the back, as you can see,
Our first guest.
my fellow farm mate, Tony Roegiers. Used to be Tony Facebook, but that's kind of changed. I don't have Tony Facebook anymore.
Yeah, I'm just T-Farm now.
We think you're an official farm. You're just an official farm.
Love it. I want to be a farm.
I mean, listen, there's room for it. We got more room for, I don't know, the
Listen,
two. You're the 2, I'm the 10,
I
so
love
10
Goldie.
and 2.
I love Goldie.
We have a 2, but Brulo's our 2.
Yeah.
So
he's a stud.
He is a stud.
Yeah.
So what we want to talk about, boys. I mean, we're 2 weeks into the season. Some surprises, right? We're not gonna go through a team by team analysis, but what do we think so far?
All I know is I called your 2 wins. I just predicted them both.
You did. So they none of them were recorded, but I don't have receipts, but it was true. You
Joe
actually
Mamone
did.
was my witness, and you're the witness.
Yeah. No, you were definitely all over us, and I said the same thing. I think you have Ronnie Carlin as a pitcher. Your team is 500 to start.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Ronnie's great. I mean,
he's the difference maker.
I know it's underhand, and I've played against Ronnie in a championship, and it's incredible how he's able to, when you throw a ball 7 miles an hour, keep people either off balance or guessing. Ronnie's awesome to play behind and play with. Coming off of 2 straight years of Becker. Becker pitched amazing
Last year, yes, he was. He was tough to hit,
but it's just different.
He does whatever he wants.
Yeah.
I keep saying he's a magician on the mound. He does things I've been in the league over 20 years. I've never seen a pitcher do what he's doing. Now, again, we're 2 weeks in. He is definitely locked in, but it really is. If we had to vote on MVP right now, he's got to be a leading candidate. I mean, it's not young for sure, but.
So let me ask you, Tony, how is it to play for Goldie, which I'm highly interested in? How is it?
So, I mean,
Because he doesn't seem rah-rah. He doesn't seem like that loud coach,
Guy-
like
guy-
Easton, who
yeah.
I love, though, too, but...
Guy makes his preseason speech, and then that's about it. Don't run yourself out of games. Don't make stupid plays.
Okay.
And,
Pretty much the same speech every game, yeah.
Okay.
But we love him. He's a big teddy bear.
Yeah, no, guy's great. And other than the 2022 debacle, the last 3 years have been enjoyable. It's a Sunday morning, and you want to have some fun while you're playing. It's supposed to be a little bit of an escape from life.
I agree.
And you go out there and you got people screaming and yelling in your face, and you're miserable. Which, I mean, the first year we were miserable because we couldn't win a game, but it's good.
So it is frustrating. I get that.
Yeah.
Nobody likes losing. I'm a huge fan of not wanting to lose anything in anything.
Yeah, but I enjoy playing for Guy. I get texts all week about the games and what we're gonna do, and should we do this, should we do that, and then ultimately nothing really changes anyway, and we just do what we did the last
And
week.
you do write an excellent recap, by the way. You've been right on that. You've been
so
great.
you write the recap.
He's writing the recap.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so
Everyone has a role on this team.
So it's not Goldie.
Well, last year when we actually won a couple of games, because the first year I don't think we did any recaps, but
No.
You only do recaps when you win.
You only
I
won
get it.
2,
I
right?
get
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Last year, Doug and I, 20 minutes after the game ended, would start asking where the recap was, and 3.5 weeks later, he would email it to Doug. So,
Okay.
rather than just being totally impatient, I figured I'd do it myself.
I don't know about you,
All right,
but
what to take the lead?
I'm gonna be
leader.
rooting for Bomb and Blit every week. I don't know if you guys saw his another video recap is a 10. It is worthwhile. I know.
Okay.
Do you post the video?
Yes, it's on. It's on their game recaps.
Yeah, I
yes,
mean,
you can definitely read it there.
Cowboys
Yeah.
the best.
So let's talk about you for a second, Ronnie. I mean,
Why
you
me?
hit
This is a Tony
Well,
show.
no,
Right
you're
now for
here.
Tony.
A lot of people want to. I mean, you hit 622 last year in your
Right.
first year. There's only your second
And then
year in
I'm
the
2
league.
for 7 right now? Sure.
I mean, I wasn't going to bring it up, but now that you did,
I don't mind talking about it.
what's
Look
going
at-
on with Team Stock? I mean,
not Team Stock. It's me. We're 1-1. We got shellacked by by Ben. It's okay. Listen, it's week 2. I'm not stressing over it.
He might have given you a little shade there with the little pluses and the recap. Did you notice that?
Well, no.
Because you gave him a D+, and every time there was a D in the recap, you put a plus.
But that's okay. Everything, I take accountability for everything. I'm a fan of taking the accountability. I'm not going to shy away from it.
What do you attribute?
But here it is.
Early season.
No, because here's the thing. I could easily be 4 for 7, and here's why. I got robbed of 2 hits week 1. Okay, I did not even come close to understanding the speed of Pat Brown. Okay, he robbed.
It's
yeah,
not normal.
so
yeah.
So
for,
the game
for a white guy, he
so
can
the game wasn't recorded. So you couldn't see the two. You couldn't see the two other hits that were robs from me. So I could easily be 4 for 7. So that's why I'm not worried about it. It wasn't like the 2 that were taken away from me are pop-ups, to the infield. I hit them well, and 2 guys made great plays on them. That's it. So
okay.
I could be 4 for 7, and it would be a moot point right now. But if you want to make it a point, sure.
I heard Caputo hit a ball that has never traveled
listen,
the exit velocity of that thing at a swim club.
Caputo's, on a different planet than everybody else.
Just a massive little man.
Right.
He's this small guy.
His bat speed is amazing. His bat speed is amazing.
It's crazy. But it was a record shot I heard at a swim club.
Yeah.
His shirt's like a medium, but his arms are the sleeves. Are
well, he's
triple XL.
He's a big guy. I mean,
Right now, number 1 pick in the draft. If you don't know if you're going Sags, you're going Poots.
Well, with the way it's going,
I mean,
right
it's
now,
2 weeks in. It's a little early to.
So then I don't want to pick right now.
All right, Tony, what do you think? Who would you take?
It's
Number
a long
1 overall.
season. There's 20 weeks left.
I'm just saying, who will you take? I mean, it's a very good discussion. Caputo or Sags right now? It's a good question.
Sure. Go ahead. Ask Tony that question,
Tony?
not me.
I mean, hard to argue. Phil has already won 2 championships, but I think I'd probably lean
Caputo, huh? All right. Okay, right now, listen, he can wreck a game.
So can
both
Phil.
of them can. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's fair. All right, both of them. You can't, it's a 1A, 1 and 1A. I mean, they're right there.
I do love Papa Sags, too.
He's the man.
Yeah, that helps.
So some shockers this week. Some huge upsets that nobody saw coming. I mean, any thoughts on...
I think the crazy thing...
I mean, you gave Baumann-Blitt an F in our draft grade. I mean, in fairness, we didn't really give it much thought. It was that 6 o'clock that next morning.
We reevaluated, and then we reassessed and regraded. Because we
realized the team is good. Maybe not a great draft.
Right.
He reached on some guys, but who cares? He's got the guys.
But that's the part that we were doing. We were grading the draft. We weren't grading the players or anything like that.
Rick had 7 RBIs. That's every bit of a 4. I don't care what you say.
I
So,
think with Baumann-Blitt's team, if he would have drafted excellent, their team would have been, probably one of the top 3.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Chemistry-wise, yeah.
However, in this league, having solid infielders is very important. And all 3 of those Baumann-Blitz can play any position on the field. So
Absolutely.
when you start with and they can all hit too. I mean, Eric is a very, very good player. Richie is awesome, and he's a lunatic, and I love Richie. And, Joey, he's not pitching this year, but...
Joey's the X factor, right?
Yeah.
Because Joey is a 6, which was almost a 7. It's like the last 6. Think about that. That kid came in last year at 19 years old or something like that. Starting pitcher on, a 15-win team?
Yeah.
Guy had never, literally, he might be a virgin. I don't know if he's a 19-year-old kid and dominated.
Yeah.
Dominated on the mound.
I see that coming with this team, though, because everybody did the same thing with Eric last year with his first draft. They were like, oh, this team's going to stink. He drafted this guy and that guy.
There you go.
And then he won 15 games.
So how much does everybody know then? It's just they're just predicting.
I mean, they do have Padola playing left center, though, so that's a little... Not exactly known as lockdown left center, but if he catches the ball out there, who cares?
Right.
Yeah.
So that I'm going to piggyback off that. So I'm going to go with what he said about infielders. That's what hurt us this weekend, this Sunday. It hurt us. Second base, Mendelson made a few costly mistakes, but that's it's okay. It's week 2.
You guys,
so
I'm gonna go return my.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're just doing a little errand, and Tony's got to drop off some kind of baby thing. UPS.
I'm gonna help him.
Look at so. While I have a minute, Ronnie Pacheco, car driver extraordinaire. If you need a ride to the airport or anything, this guy Ronnie Pacheco, let me tell you something. We'll pick you up. We'll drive you probably 20% less than what I'm just gonna give you a plug while I have a chance.
Sure.
Because some guys don't know that you are like a professional car driver here. You drive for Lyft and Uber, but I mean, what, 40% of your business now is coming from just this league.
I'm going to have to say it's jumped over now. It's more
jumped over, like 50%, 60%. So the official driver of Marlboro softball, I mean, my entire family is using you now, but
Yes.
yeah, and I'm referring you guys left to right.
Oh, and I love
so
your family.
if you need a guy to drive you to the airport or anywhere, the city,
Anywhere.
you go anywhere, right?
Anywhere in the country, I will drive you.
Country.
Yes.
Calm the fuck down. You might have a game on a Wednesday. What if you can't miss for?
I'll schedule it for Monday night.
All right, that's what he'll do. So, and you can talk softball, and who knows, maybe you'll be a guest on a podcast.
Absolutely.
But pricing, ridiculous. You're not going to get better pricing.
No.
20-30% less than Uber, definitely less than any car service driver.
I'm going to say it's over 30%.
There you go. And how do they get in touch with you? Give you a little shameless plug here while I
No,
have you.
they could just text me, 609-933-0234. Text me where you live and where you want to go.
There you go.
And I will quote you.
I mean,
that's simple.
It is a win-win. We're promoting the league. We're promoting your business.
It's great. I just had the commish. I still
Oh yeah, on the way.
No, not
use
Ronnie.
the commish. I know.
Joe,
The other.
I
I know.
I love Joe. No offense, Ronnie.
You should have gone live. You should have recorded it. It probably would have been podcast.
Janine would have freaking been flipping out that we were on the that we were live while I'm driving.
Yeah,
Listen.
poor Janine getting ready for vacation.
And you picked him up. You drove him home.
Yes.
It was a whole thing.
Yes.
There you go.
And I was in upstate New York at a tournament. I left that tournament and picked up Joe and his wife.
Amazing. All right, so there you go. Shameless plug for Ronnie Pacheco. If you need a ride, just call this guy. So anything else? A biggest upset of the week. I mean, this year is impossible to predict. I got to tell you, that's the one thing I'm taking away after 2 weeks is you could throw a dart and have a better chance. Literally, you have no idea. I mean, listen, I think a lot of guys weren't shocked that Seth beat Frank, but they also thought Goldrosen was playing. So they beat Frank on Union Hill with no Goldrosen, and that, to me, was just... Didn't see that coming, right?
That team will figure it out, though.
They will.
Yeah. Phil,
Yeah, we got to play them.
especially on
Yeah.
Fenced Field. Phil, Doc, Cordy. I mean, Rob's very, very good on a fenced field. So,
Oh, they'll be fine. Yeah, I don't think anyone's...
So Tony, what player haven't played with yet that you would love to play with?
Good question.
haven't played with and would love to. I mean, I said it before. I would love to play with the Bomb and Blitz. You can take this.
Yeah.
I would love to play with H. I'm just gonna say my friends. You know,
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
but
That's what Krzyzewski did.
I would
He drafted all his friends.
I'd love to play with AJ. That's my favorite thing. I mean, I started playing softball, more often on a team with AJ, and that's how we got close. So, I love playing with Tom Carroll. I think I would like to play with Pez.
Pez! Look at... Did not see that answer coming.
Yeah.
Wow. Shout out to Pez.
Yeah.
Did Pez pay
The
you?
guy
What's
is...
going on
Listen,
here?
No.
can't say that guy is not
Since-
committed. One of my lingerers.
Pez?
Had a good time with him Sunday night. Where were the rest of you? We were there till kind of late hours.
I would like to buy a Pez dispenser. I don't know about a... No, I love Pez.
Since my friend
He's
group
awesome.
Pez is
was
an
in
acquired
college,
taste. Yes.
When we were in college, we used to...
Oh, all right. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Say that?
Well, no. I mean, Pez wasn't my friend in college, but because he's like 30 years older than me.
Oh, okay.
But we used to play on weeknights, flag football, and play in tournaments and shit. And we would play against Pez all the time and beat him and just talk shit the entire time. And it was so much fun. So I've played against him a lot, but I've never played with him, and he's an absolute psychopath. But
He brings the intensity.
Yeah.
He's. I got to play with him in the fall. It's a different experience.
yeah,
Okay.
I would play with him as well.
yeah.
Anyone you don't want to play with? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to go there. I'm
wow.
not going to go
Why
there.
would you
Not
do
going to
that?
go there.
Why would you say that? Oh, my God.
I'm not gonna go there.
Not going to go there. It's too early. It's too early.
If you get drafted by Goldie again next year, but let's just say you happen to fall to a 2, not a 1, and say he takes Tino,
Yeah.
would you play a different position?
Oh, I mean, I go into I get the messages and stuff from all the captains before the season, and where do you want to play, this and that.
Okay.
I'll play any position on the field. I mean, I don't care where I play.
You weren't a shortstop to start, right? You
No.
got drafted by Pings. You were in
Yeah.
what, outfield? You were
My-
right center or something
my
like that,
first
right?
year playing with Pat, I think after our second or third game, he said to me, like, have you played infield? And I said, yeah. high school and college, not in softball. And he's like, all right, we'll figure it out because you're going to do it. So I started playing shortstop that year. And
That's what Pat does, turns people into shortstops.
yeah. So I played shortstop for Pat. And then the following season, I was moved to right center.
How was that?
I was the 21 Todd team. And then
Good squad. Good
yeah.
squad.
And then after that, I've
Fun year. Closest I ever came to winning a jacket.
Yeah, I've played shortstop ever since. But yeah, up until 2020, I never played on the dirt in softball.
Oh, really? Did not know that. I always saw you on the dirt, so I just thought that's where you
Well,
always
before
played.
that, I also was like 30, 40 pounds lighter, and I played left center every time I played.
We might have to
If
show a picture
Kyle
of...
Dunleavy can play the outfield.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And Mitch
Wow.
can play. Come on.
Listen.
Come on, let's be real.
Mitch does things that are not
Dunleavy
normal, yeah.
is a big guy, but he plays the outfield well for a big guy. You can't just knock a big guy down. I'm saying I'm a big dude. I'm not going in the outfield though.
I was ready to move in with Mitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mitch made that sick catch out in
Sick catch. It's
Yeah.
going to be one of the best plays. Even I asked Marty Blackburn, he said that's a better play than I've ever made. He said that to me.
That's awesome.
I
So,
love watching Mitch play.
yeah. And I think Mitch was a 4 for 4 last week, or 5 for 5, something like that. I mean, yeah, I'm going to get clear shit. How did we not make him a 2? But Matt Pollock was a 5, so, it all kind of comes out in the
It all
wash.
evens out.
Yeah, it all evens out. So, any quick predictions for this week? We're not going to do in-depth analysis. Let's just look at Wednesday night. Not you guys, I'm sorry. So it's Bauman, Blitt, and Bajkovsky on left. Quick answers, no in-depth, because it's coming up tomorrow. So, any predictions? Bauman, Blitt,
Let Tony do that. Not
Yeah,
me.
no, I mean it's hard to pick against Eric's team right now. The chemistry is rolling. Their bats are rolling. It's so big in this league too, in a draft league. Like to have a
Chemistry.
group of guys that you get along with and everybody likes playing with each other is massive. I'm telling you, with AJ and Faris on that team, to kind of level Richie off a little bit is massive.
Yeah, and the Joey Bauman, Blitt unknown factor, second year. Guy's got crazy upside potential. He could be the next Joey Pargaman, is what I keep saying. Give him a little time. He's just figuring it out as an athlete. Athletic family for sure.
But I mean, you never know. With that Bico team, if they're not making any mistakes, they could absolutely, pull that one off too. So
Wasn't his brother playing third base?
I think he was playing third. Yeah, he could play anywhere.
Oh,
I think he's got to get used to the outfield.
We were watching a couple of innings of their game at the end, and he made a great play at third base.
I'm telling you, look out.
And I'm not
Very
gonna,
athletic.
I'm not gonna make a prediction in the next game.
Well, it's
The
it's
only-
Wallman Marone.
The
So
only prediction I'm gonna make is it is going to be loud.
it'll be loud. I will be doing that game live. I need a volunteer to do the.
Is that the game of the week?
Well, it's a Wednesday, so
Definitely
that
the game
will
of
probably
Wednesday.
be the higher rated.
But it still could be the game of the week for even Sunday.
It could be. It could be. So you're not gonna. So are you gonna give me a Wallman Marone? I mean
Negative.
Marone. No prediction.
0 predictions.
Loud.
Jay, it'll be loud.
Yeah.
It'll be loud.
Very
Marone will be loud. Yes, we're gonna hear Fred. There could be an easy Fred. Are you watching this? We could get one of those viral moments that we will probably see on the highlight reel at the dinner next year. So, all right, listen.
Well, hold on.
Sorry. Go
So
ahead. You got
being
more?
a guest, yes, for being a guest.
We have gifts.
Yeah, well, I got a plug-in.
Oh, here we go.
All right, I got a friend who owns a printing company. It's called Jekyll and Hyde. So for being a guest, I got a pair of shorts, brand new shorts.
Damn.
From Jekyll and Hyde for Tony.
Look at that. It's parting gifts.
Oh, I can't tell.
Appreciate you for being a
Can't tell
guest.
JY that they're an XL. He's been shitting on my shorts because they're so big on camera.
Yeah, well,
last
mine too.
Games and, I need to.
Well, these you can be wearing around the house, the gym, if you go to the gym or whatever. I don't know. It's for whatever.
I gotta order new shorts to appease JY.
JY not in the league, but still watching and paying close attention to everything we
more
do.
opinionated than most in the league. Still.
You would. That's a fair statement.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All right, we did it. We did your errand. We did our first 10-2 show.
Yes, absolutely.
I
Yeah,
think
now
we're
I gotta
good.
go back to work.
Yeah, well,
go to work.
we do
So-
work for a
so-
living.
yeah, so do
Hard to
I.
believe. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Take care.
All right, man.
See you next week.